exists in kind of the same realm as like the Maven, where it's like you're not killing him. You're just playing. He's just playing with you.
I got his focus and his mask. A glimpse of chaos. Chaos resistance is 0. Minus to all your other res. Can be modified while corrupted. What? It's a unique. What do you mean can be modified while corrupted? Oh, because you can just sit here and divine it to get plus 30?
You can.
It's a unique. You can't craft on it outside of divines and... Oh no, I guess you can, right? Yeah.
You can socket and stuff like that.
Artificers, armor, scrap, and divine. I mean, I don't know if that makes it good though. Unless can be modified while corrupted means you can vol it infinitely. But I doubt that's the case. Increased energy shield, increased spell damage per 10 spirit, 38% increased mana regen, 20% increased light radius. Oh, light radius! I could put that in my offhand.
Hell yeah.
That was kind of fun.
The stat of stats.
Now I just portal back to town. We're here at the Ziggurat encampment. I can hear myself running. Ooh, wait, why am I at the Ziggurat again? Oh, because it... Portal to town doesn't portal to hideout when you're in campaign.
Yeah, your hideout is not a town.
It counts as portal to town when you're in a map. I got a chainsaw. Where are my heavy belts?
Oh, yeah.
Bring me my heavy belts. Nothing.
I haven't done a heavy belt in a while.
What's been your go-to?
It depends. Depends on my mood. I've been doing a lot of emerald rings and jade amulets recently.
What are the jade amulets give?
That's why I'm doing them, is I don't know.
Oh.
I don't sit on PoEDB like a lot of people.
Yes.
I'm still discovering new uniques, so I'm chancing the things that I assume could have new stuff. I found I did get the new sapphire unique, sapphire ring unique, and that was pretty hype. It's interesting. I don't know how useful it is, but it's the inverted Call of the Brotherhood, which is really cool. Because Call of the Brotherhood is one of my favorite unique rings.
Is that the cold to lightning or whatever?
Call of the Brotherhood is lightning to cold. Yeah, cold to lightning.
Hmm.
Lightning to cold.
Hmm.
Yeah. Call of the Brotherhood is lightning to cold, so that you can make your spark freeze and chill. But was also just like absurdly strong with Arc, Unleash, and PoE 1. Because of the way that Arc works, you would just infinitely shatter an entire screen.
Hello.
But Whisper of the Brotherhood is the opposite Sapphire Ring, so it's lightning to cold, or cold to lightning. Which, with the way lightning works in this one, has way less of a use currently than lightning to cold. Because as good as shock is, lightning having no access to like PoE 1 pen, and a weak compared to shatter and freeze and chill.
Honestly, I think because I got owl twice, I could literally sell my second owl fragment to buy the other 2 fragments and end up like +1 exalt. And now I've got my 4th ascendancy, so I should melt bosses stupidly fast. Because this entire time, Penta, I never took the double the number of poisons that targets can be affected by. So I was only like 4 poisons on something, and now I can have 8. Bosses are not going to exist.
Rest in peace, Peacock.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do about it. Like,
They're just gonna lower the scaling.
is it gonna be
Lower
lowered
the scaling, and they're
or
gonna take away the bow. and the bow interaction so that you have to get your damage on your tree.
I guess, but the problem is, like, unless they nerf it incredibly heavily, it'll still be really strong. It just won't be delete boss. Which I guess is not a bad thing. But
taking away the bow interaction is going to make it less of a single target and more of a mapping skill, which Peaconk is supposed to be.
The problem is all poison
Unless
is single
you,
target if you're Pathfinder going overwhelming toxicity. Being able to stack 8 massive crit poisons is going to be...
That's a lot of... But again, those are a lot of words that require investment, whereas right now the skill is bugged and is gating like 30% damage that it shouldn't be getting.
I guess that's fair. But again, I guess it's just not even a problem if they make it weaker but still strong. The problem...
Well, I mean, Steel Mage talked about it earlier today on his stream. It's like, because his chat was like, oh, because he's Peaconk. He was one of the, like, people that started toying around with it first, but didn't actually, like, live stream it. He was just goofing around. Because I think he was originally going to do Bleeding Concoction, but then decided not to because he already did the Bleed Screamy Boy. But he was talking about earlier because his chat's like, what are you going to do when it gets nerfed? And he's like, I mean, it's going to get nerfed, but it's still going to be good because, like, all I'll do is I'll change this on my tree and this on my tree and this on my tree. Like, right now, the benefit of Peaconk is you don't need all of the damage on your tree. You can get away with taking, like, other stuff like crit or extra poisons. But once it gets nerfed, you'll just have to pick up that little bit of damage you're losing with passives on the tree, and it'll be sorted.
The main issue there being there isn't a huge amount of passives on the tree that apply for it. Like, unless you're pathing to the, like, what? There's the chaos nodes, and there's one singular unarmed. Otherwise, you have to rely on, like, projectile damage, which isn't nearly as common.
Yeah, but that's where it's going to have to be picked up from, is you're going to be relying on, like, ailments, damaging ailment jewelry, so you'll probably be going for jewel sockets. There's going to be some projectile jewels that are going to be floating around out there that are going to be pretty valuable, because, I mean, they're already valuable because of Spark, because Spark is sending anything projectile through the roof on the market.
Spark is nuts.
Spark will always be nuts. Spark and Lightning Arrow, even back to 2012 PoE 1, cannot get nerfed. They are nerf immune because of the way that the skills work. By design, they are impossible to nerf. We just have to accept it. So we have to nerf the stuff that's around it, which is like, right now, Archmage, Mana Tempest need to get looked at. Scaling of Sigil of Power needs to get looked at. Lightning Arrow, I mean, it's just Ranger, so we know that GGG is not going to do anything. That's their baby. And honestly, let the Rangers have it. They've had it for over a decade. Just let them be there.
The Soul Core is currently 2.4 Divines for 293 Exalts. 281. Somebody just sold the one for 293.
Or 900 Vol Orbs.
Well, but Exalts can also become Vol Orbs, and the difference is I'm just spending like an extra 20,000 gold, which is nothing. I could also keep it. So, actually, I have 2 slots in my Widow Hail. I could keep it, keep running ultimatums until I get a second one, and then I literally have extra room for another buff. I would need 2, because they only give 15 each. The problem is this is only a 243 Widow Hail, and I would love to get a higher than 243.
See, the thing is, I expect that... I don't know if Escape is going to get touched, but I know that the reason that it's through the roof right now is because both of those mods are insane. But Rarity's definitely going to get finagled with. Spirit...
I think the spirit,
honestly,
spirit matters so much more if I go to the Freezing Concoction or Lightning Concoction. Because if I go either freezing or lightning, no matter which one I end up wanting to try to switch to, I'll probably want to end up running both Herald of Ice and Herald of Thunder.
Yeah.
So it does
Better
matter
base,
a lot for
advanced
that.
or expert? Expert is better. And yes, yeah, word increased chaos damage on a ring does buff poison.
Yep.
Chaos is poison, but also not poison just because of the way GGG words things.
So
Poison is chaos. Chaos is not poison. One of those weird things.
I don't know if it doesn't double dip though, right? So what it'll do is it would increase the amount of chaos damage the hit applying poison will do, but if you're stacking your poison mostly off of fizz damage, it won't do as much for you. Because I don't think it applies afterwards. You don't get to double dip on how much chaos the hit does and how much chaos the poison does. At least, if I'm remembering correctly, at least that's how it worked in PoE 1. Because in PoE 2, you can get...
Spiral Volley... No, Spiral Volley is all... Yeah, it's all fizz.
Yeah. So...
Based on attack damage.
Yeah. Because if you're doing your poison based solely off of fizz, I don't know if chaos will actually increase. You could always test, but the reason that chaos damage is absolutely insane for poison concoction is poisonous concoction, all of the damage comes from chaos damage, because it's a massive chaos damage hit. And like,
I mean, just
almost no
any
fizz.
chaos damage over like
Yes.
ED, any of them,
Contagion,
X Blast, all of them, yeah.
Yep.
all of the chaos damage sources. But if you're using a weapon that is a physical based weapon that's scaling chaos, yeah, Madi is correct that you would need to scale the fizz to make the hit chaos better. The percentage would affect the weapon itself. The percentage would affect the chaos damage you're doing, but not to the degree that it would affect something that was just doing flat chaos, like a, Essence Drain or Peaconk or something like that, because it's one number being multiplied versus, like for my build, for example, I'm using 3 different damage sources that are all 80 to 20, and so I have to focus on which one is going to give me the most damage for my buck, which right now is Fizz. It did lose me my low bit of Ignite, which I'm going to have to sort out, but...
There is a pretty place.
My helmet wasn't so good. I could have put on the Ignite helmet, but my helmet is pretty good. What is your bow, Aylward? Send me your bow, because knowing what weapon you're using is going to help me answer those questions a lot better. I also know almost nothing about your build except the skill you're using and what class you're playing, which makes it very hard as well. +3 of all proj, 103 fizz, additional arrow, 2 additional arrow. Holy shit, this is not a bad bow. This is not a bad bow. Definitely could be better. It's not bad.
I have no ground MTXs at all.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to I want to make a better hideout than the very basic everything's in a circle, but I went into the whatever the what is this one? The one with the horrible floor and the jellyfish.
Limestone.
Yeah. I went into the limestone hideout and went, well, let me sort by floor, and I have none. Do I have... I mean, I have some
hideout OP.
points. Where do I even find stuff like that? Shop.
And you're using spiral volley, Aylward? How are you?
I do like the tumbling orb pets. They're fun.
The ones that I've got, the Exalt and the Vol Orb and the Chaos Orbs, yeah.
They don't actually have... There's nothing in the hideout set except for waypoints right now. So I would literally have to go back to PoE 1, buy things, and then hope they transfer to PoE 2?
I mean, they will transfer. It's just when the art department makes the new models. I'm just fortunate that one of my preferred MTXs were done first. With Envenom and Deadly Plague added to it. And Rain of Arrows to build Frenzy. Let me look at my support list. Because I don't know what the hell Envenom does. 50% chance of poison on hit. Deadly Plague. Deadly Plague or Deadly Poison?
Can't believe I don't get my mallard duck yet. Oh yeah, is there still a thing going on right now for gifting subs again, or did I miss it?
I have no idea.
Because they did a second one for week 2, right? I don't remember what the...
I don't believe there's anything for this one.
Oh.
I think that's been way over.
Yeah, if I don't
but
have
I'm also not paying
pets,
attention.
Then where even is... Alva, why are you hiding from me? You took me to this horrible place.
Hey.
Select hideout. Go back to my canal hideout. It's a close second. One day I'll set it up how I want.
Oh,
he's lying.
This is why I don't like doing build reviews.
What?
Especially in PoE 2, because it's like, it's all new. Like, I don't know any of this stuff. If you were to ask me to sort out your poison build in PoE 1, I'd take 2 minutes, I'd look at your gear and be like, here's where you're making mistakes. Here, I'm like, this probably is functional, but I don't know. There's too many factors. There's your gear, there's what supports you're using, there's like how many links you have access to, there's what's on your tree, what ascendancy nodes you have. Like your chonk, Aylward, so you're getting that massive like pendulum node, right? The pendulum node that is like occasionally you do 7 billion more chaos damage or whatever.
Get 30 extra. You get 5 max darkness per level, so assuming I get up to level 90 like this character is, that's 450. So 550 plus 30%. Calc. 450 times 3. You get 585 darkness at level 90. Divide that by 20, and yeah, you're getting 30% damage as extra chaos damage if you have not taken any hits.
Well, no, there's also well, he doesn't have darkness for
Well, right,
starters.
no, I was doing the math to try to see if there is anything really worth even attempting with an Acolyte of Chayula right now.
I thought there was an ascendance. I thought there was an ascendancy node on their tree that was just literally occasional, like you just do more damage occasionally.
23% chance to gain 25% damage of hits as extra chaos.
That's 13% what it is, yeah.
Chance for 50, and 7% chance for 100% of damage with hits.
That's yeah. That's the one.
I don't like what even is the big chaos spell right now though, because I legitimately don't know. I would have to spell chaos.
There's not really a lot of chaos spells, but a lot of chaos damages. You can do lots of stuff with chaos damage.
True, because it is added chaos and then extra chaos. Or sorry, Is it added both times? 25% of damage with hits as extra chaos damage. So you don't actually have to run any chaos. The problem is all of the small nodes for percent increased chaos damage are only really popping off when you are hitting those percentages. Mana leech effects also recover energy shield. So you would, what would you even do? Would you go like, you would go full energy shield with chaos and do like the mana leech chaos and probably pick up, you could pick up, what is it, Eternal Youth, so life recovery also applies to energy shield. Or sorry, life recovery from flasks applies to energy shield instead of life. So you go Eternal Youth, but like even then, Mana Leech applies to energy shield is going to be a problem on bosses that do phases where you can't damage them. It's solved a little bit with the flask change, but the problem is flasks are not in a good spot right now, so if you have 6k energy shield or more, your flask is going to heal 2,000 of that max.
So to sort out the whole initial question, do you have a 100% chance to poison? I need to ask that first. You have a 100% chance to poison Aylward. If you do, my next question is very important. Or my next suggestion is very important. Because you have a 100% chance to poison, and you're using a bow and you have high attack speed, which I'm looking at your bow and you've got lower attack speed than usual, but your bow's not bad. Your bow's legitimately very good. That fire damage is a little concerning, but who really cares when you have the rest of those lines? But if you have a 100% chance to poison on hit, and you're making a new ring, you want added physical damage to attacks versus percent chaos. Because that is going to outscale the fizz on your bow compared to the added chaos. Because you are using a attack skill to scale a damage over time or an additional damage type. Therefore, the original flat damage is always going to be more important than percentage. 81 chance to poison. I'd look for an attack, his attack breach ring. That'd be my immediate goal. Something like this, except for you without the cold. Something that is like high fizz to attack and then just roll attack modifiers on it.
I wonder.
I will whisper this to Morpy as well so he can see the bow. I don't know how I can whisper.
Do specific soul cores have levels tied to their drop? Oh, they do, but they're all super low. They're all drop level 35, so it doesn't really matter that I have a 10 trial that's 78.
No, like I said, the trial level is basically just as long as it's got 76 or above, it's going to have all 10, and you can just run it. Which is why I think that the monster level needs to be removed so that they can stack.
Yep.
Once a fragment tab gets added, because like
I'm about to go run all of mine. If you want to throw yours my way. Sorry.
My trials?
Yeah. I'll sit here and run trials all day. They are not bad. I go through them fast.
Oh, they're fun. They're fun. I did hear there was a slight, if not very, very slight moment of panic during the Trial Master fight, and I'm not sure which attack it was that was spooky.
It was at the very start when I had not experienced his wave of like Sunder wave thing, his like slow moving one.
Oh yeah.
I like stepped on it for half a second and went, oh, that's most of my health gone.
Ah, okay, so yeah, those things are actually super common in Delirium. I see them all the time, the like cascading fissures or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are all over in Delirium.
in like actual simulacrums or something? Because I run.
No, I haven't
delirium
run a
quite bit.
simulacrum yet.
Oh.
No, just in like, it's a delirium modifier that they can have specific rares when they roll whatever lines they have on them. If you're in a delirium, a mirror or a deli map itself, they can have one of their modifiers become a delirious modifier, and that's one of the delirious modifiers. As well as like touched by, you know, Coldback.
If only.
Your PoE one, you could be touched by Chicago, touched by Arakali, touched by Innocence, and they would.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Put me up top.
Touch of Coldback.
Touch of Coldback. I don't need to go
Through the
fight
Spider Woods.
I don't even know what his
Wyver's
drops
boobs.
are. Who drops
His
the
shield.
Who drops the belt that buffs your rings?
That is King of the Mists.
Oh yeah, no, not ever fighting that man.
He's the one that drops ingenuity.
The exceptional are more common than you think.
And that's the like big ticket, like it's like Widow Hail, right? Where people want really high percentages and or just corrupting every single one they find. The hope
I mean,
that it
it's
gets
like
insane.
even its bad rolls are still like better than most belts. That's the shitty part about why that's unique is so strong. But yeah, if you get like a corrupted one or even like an 80% one, and you just make 2 good breach rings at 50% quality, that belt is worth like 10 rings in one belt slot. And belt traditionally is a defensive item, so you're using that belt to sacrifice a slight bit of defense or potentially offense and defense. You get one really good breach resistance ring, you get one really good breach offensive ring, or you get 2 breach rings that have, you know, both. You just make god tier breach rings. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Slammy Bats. Just over here waiting for you guys.
Salami bats.
I said Slammy Bats, but yeah, Salami Bats.
I love salami.
Very good.
Now this will come in handy.
Salami is
Don't
part
gotta
of
be summer to enjoy summer sausage.
salami is part of one of my like favorite like I guess it's more of a craving food or just kind of just like a snack that I will occasionally eat too much of. Is just
I know what you're trying to say. I just never
Yeah.
had the term for it, but it's
Like-
like a guilty pleasure that you're not guilty of.
Yeah, but it's like not even just a guilty pleasure. It's more just like it's not even a meal. It's just
We are only
but it's more
getting
than a snack.
started.